In the Louis Vuitton Pacific Series media room, the world's sailing writers type furiously to beat deadlines and get stories online. But one man isn't doing much typing at all. In fact, all he does is draw. Mark O'Brien has been a sailing cartoonist for almost 20 years, with his cute monster characters becoming synonymous with sailing events.
I made up the monster in 1976, doodling him in my school books, and have been drawing him ever since, really.
Having been so heavily involved in the sailing community for so long, Mark has had the opportunity to not only witness, but also convey some major moments in the sport.
Well, I'm always looking for the crazy stuff. I mean, each day it's the story of the day that I try to turn into a cartoon. One of the early ones was when One Australia sank to the bottom in '95, so I sort of had to think about that, and it lent itself to a cartoon pretty easily, so we turned One Australia into One Down Under. And there was when the French team had taken a while to win a race, and when they finally did win a race, I had them celebrating in true French style, the special keel. I've been working for Alinghi for the last year, and of course there's been no sailing to be drawn, so that's been all about the court cases. So this was the first one I did for them to set the scene, which basically shows where everything is held up in New York, and we're waiting to see which way the balance will turn. And now we have all the teams that are get it together with Alinghi to try and sort of forge a way ahead. So things are sort of thawing out with all the teams getting together, but it's still frozen up in the New York courts.
Sailing, particularly America's Cup sailing, is all about innovation. Technological advancements have allowed for incredible leaps forward in boat design, and the technological advancements utilised by Mark seem to have matched those in the sailing world.
Back in '95, I was actually drawing with pen and paper. So I would literally have an A3 piece of paper and draw the cartoon with the black marker, and then use squeaker markers to colour it in. So the process is pretty much the same now, where I draw the black and white line and colour it in, but I'm using different technology all the time, where you're actually drawing straight on the screen, and that gives me a huge advantage in terms of the look of the cartoon and the amount of detail that I can get into the cartoon. So this is a similar sort of scene, but here we've got a lot more detail that I can put into the picture, and a lot more effects that I can get using the different illustrating programs. So there's, go right down, so there's lots of little characters on the boats.
To really put Mark to the test, we're going to match him up with some of the latest technology with a virtual eye touchscreen computer to see what he can produce.
But this is the way forward, I think. Now I can just get back to finger painting. And I'm still learning how to use this, but it's great fun to play around with, and you can see the possibilities of what the next stage of the art development might be with it. This program, Art Rage, is a New Zealand program, and I've been playing with it for a little while, and I love the way that it actually looks like it's a painting rather than something that's done on a computer. Plus, you can do it with your fingers.